featuring the Prodigy already. Like halfway through the season. It's crazy. I feel like we just started. It's been a wild season, a close season. A lot of front runners tight at the top.
I'm not willing to call it wild. Are you?
It's
a tame season.
Yeah, but there are a lot of teams. Like, it will get wild. It will get crazy by the end of the year when the CFP committee just tries to decide it's going to fit 4 teams when there could be like 9 getting their way in. So it will definitely narrow down as teams play better teams. But right now we're just kind of waiting for those.
There are high consequence games left to come, but this has not been like a Cinderella story. This is not. There's no University of Maryland, Baltimore County defeating Virginia in this or anything like that. It's been a good season, but like you said, it's been going fast already. And at this point in the year, we know who the better teams are.
And there's a lot of them. Again, we need to see better teams play each other. That's what we're going to have this week with a couple of them out west. Get started.
Let's do it.
Pick games. Number 1, going to Rocky Top. The Vols are favored by 3, playing Texas A&M. A&M, the last time they played a legit team on the road, they got beat pretty handily by Miami. Mm-hmm. Tennessee is 4-1, maybe 5-1 with their lone loss coming in the swamp to Florida. Vols favored by 3.
By the way, hold on a second. Are you going to mention last weekend's results?
We can. I mean,
because one of the two of us went undefeated.
Okay.
4-0-1.
The push. I think the Ohio State game was the push.
Yeah.
But he went 4-1. I went 2-1. So now he's beating me by 1 game.
Anyway, I'm going to take the Vols up on Rocky Top. I want to dedicate this victory to all of my friends at WLIL, listening in to the Trading Post with Cindy Joe. You are listening to the legendary WLIL Country, and it is the voice of East Tennessee since 1950. So give me the Vols.
I got to agree with you. How can I disagree with that? I can't really trust Texas A&M on the road. I think Tennessee will just be a better team in this game. And, make Cindy happy.
All Cindy, no Daryl.
Let's go.
She will help you buy, trade, or sell your personal items. The number to call is
865-317-1322. Every morning at 8 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Time.
Let's go, Cindy Joe.
Number 2, UCLA at Oregon State. Beavers -3.5. Top 25 matchup.
Nice win for UCLA last weekend, by the way.
They did have a good win. It feels like both these teams are just under the radar almost.
Good but not great teams.
Yeah, good but not great teams. I'll pick first. I think UCLA has the better defense of the two. Offense, they're the same, but UCLA's defense comes up huge in this one. Even though it's a road night game, give me the Bruins to win this one outright.
I'm taking Jonathan Smith and the Beavers. Martinez, those guys at home at night. I'm gonna go with Beavs in this one. I think UCLA is going to have a very good program. I think Oregon State is going to have their best year in a while. Actually, I think Jonathan Smith's going to leave after this year, probably for a better position. But I'm going to go Beavers in this one. I disagree.
Next game. This one's going to hit home for a lot of people watching this one. It is Iowa at Wisconsin. Badgers favored by a 9.5-point margin. That is a lot in these kind of games, where usually the final score...
The over-under is 10.
Yeah.
It's going to be 11-2 Wisconsin in this one, probably.
Yeah. Again, low scoring. I think it's an afternoon game. So
I go first. I don't think it's going to be close. I'm taking the Badgers to put a hurting on Iowa. I just think Iowa is scuffling their way. They've got a couple of good players on defense. They don't have any good players on offense. Eric All has been the guy carrying them, and Eric All couldn't keep a job at Michigan. But Wisconsin, they are not perfect, but they are coming together nicely in the Luke Fickell era, Braylon Allen, that team. I think Wisconsin at home, jumping around. Give me the Badgers to win by 17. I like this one 24-7 Wisconsin.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. I don't think Iowa's offense will be able to get anything going, and Wisconsin's offense will struggle. I mean, every team does against Iowa. But Iowa just really will not be able to move the ball in this game. I don't see it on the road at Camp Randall. Give me the Badgers something like 21-3.
Wisconsin quietly having a nice season. I mean, they couldn't win in the Palouse, but it's a difficult place to begin your season. I think Wisconsin's doing what they have to do. I think the future is bright for our down-the-road team, the Wisconsin Badgers. So I'm taking Wisconsin.
All right, we agree. Game number 4, your Wyoming Cowboys go to the road to face the Air Force Academy. Air Force is favored by 10.5. That is a lot.
Undefeated Air Force, by the way. A lot of people saying they're the best G5 team this year.
Wyoming looking to challenge that. Wyoming's only loss coming in Austin against Texas. Other than that, had a nice, crazy upset win against Texas Tech. Just beat Fresno State, top 25 last week. So their season is really looking nice. I gotta take it. I gotta take Wyoming. I gotta take Wyoming on this one. I think 10.5 anyways is a lot of points when this is basically the Mountain West Championship. It's a lot. It's gonna be another low-scoring game like the one we just picked. Mm-hmm. Give me Wyoming to win this one, something 27-24.
Do you have a weather forecast on this game up in the Springs? At altitude, I mean, Wyoming's used to playing at altitude, but this is cold. This is mountain.
Wyoming's
they play at Laramie, but Laramie's a little different from Colorado Springs.
Wyoming might be the highest elevation stadium in FBS right now, so they're used to playing up in the Rockies.
You know, I'm good. This is definitely a hard overhead thing because I think Air Force is going to win. I'm going to take Wyoming to cover and be inside the number though. I think Air Force is pretty good. I like the system they're committed to there. Obviously, a highly disciplined program. Every year, one of the service academies just seems like they play pretty well and is a thorn in their team's side. Typically it's going to be a triple option type attack. I love Wyoming though. Sentimental pick for us. You don't just walk into War Memorial Stadium. But in this case, we're not playing there. We were playing at the United States Air Force Academy. Mm-hmm. Air Force wins, Wyoming covers. Lock it up.
Sweet. The big game of the week, going to...
Huge game.
Husky Stadium up there in Washington. Game day's going there. Everybody's focused on this game.
We got some people who are Washington people. We got our boy Nick Skolton, Pastor Ryan Badgema. These guys are Husky dogs. And they're waiting a long time on this pick.
They are hosting the Oregon Ducks. Huskies are favored by 3.5 as of recording. Mm-hmm. You got to go first, I think.
Yeah. So, this will be a really good game. I think it's a coin flip game, which would lead me probably in most cases to take the points. But in this case, I'm going to just think that Michael Penix makes one too many plays with his arms to outdistance Oregon. I'm going to go with the hometown Washington Huskies in this one to win and take control of the Pac-12 North in its final season. Give me the Dogs.
Give me the Ducks.
Wow.
I think the one factor for me is how Bo Nix is going to play on the road, but if you put these two on a neutral field, I'd take the Ducks 8 times out of 10 to cover this if it was still Huskies minus 3.5. I think Oregon has the better defense. They are top 5 in passing defense. That's something Washington hasn't even... They have not seen anything close to that all year long.
Van Lanning's got him playing, definitely an offense versus defense match because Kalen DeBoer really knows how to coach the passing game.
Yeah, and I think Bo Nix will do fine. He's been really efficient. He's got some guys to lean on in the running game. I just think that Oregon is the better football team, and they have different dimensions as of which they can play. Washington, they've just got one, and if Oregon can find a way to slow that down, I think it's going to be a long day.
Let me ask you this question. Is Washington better this year than they were last year?
I think so.
Who won last year in Autzen Stadium?
Oregon is
with Bo Nix.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, or was Bo Nix not with them last year?
No, Bo Nix was with them last year.
Yeah.
He might have been hurt. I can't remember. But I think that the way that they have played this year, they have dominated teams. Besides the Texas Tech game, they held Colorado to 6 points. You saw Colorado threatened USC a couple weeks ago. They beat the crap out of Boise State. Boise State was looking to be a New Year's Six Bowl contender. They have just asserted themselves as a legit threat in the Pac-12, and I think that that's going to continue Dan Lanning's physical style of play. I'm going to take the Ducks over this.
Both of these teams justifiably ranked in the top 10. I agree with you. I think Oregon is really good. I think Washington is really good. I think both of these teams are New Year's Six type of squads. I'm just gonna I don't know if that's where if you want to just pin me to the wall this week, I'm going home teams in almost all these. I'm going to go home teams, and I'm going to take the crowd up there in Seattle and take the Huskies. So we disagree. So we agree on 2 and disagree on 3.
A little bit better this week. Yeah.
So we'll make for a more interesting Saturday after your cross country meet in the rain.
Missing probably half of the Michigan game
and it'll probably be the interesting half.
Yeah.
Although you love yourself some Jaden Denegal in the second half.
I do like myself some Jaden Denegal. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to see a little...
I want to see more Davis Warren, though. I don't know what the deal with him is, though.
Leon Franklin.
Yeah.
So, again, from the Diamond Vogel Studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, I'm the Preacher.
I'm the Prodigy.
See you next week. Peace.